I'm Kat. This is my van. It's an old ambulance, 1985 Ford E350. It's got a 460 V8 engine, so it's like a lot of gas. It was in service until 2014 in Saskatchewan, but it was just used as a backup. So it was like never used, but it was still like maintained and stuff. Like basically kept everything other than the oxygen tank. And I took so we have I just have boards here and they all line up, and then I just have my bed here. It's about it. I mean, that used to be the spare tire, but I got new tires, so I didn't need the spare tire anymore because it was the wrong size. This is Felix. He doesn't like when it moves, but as soon as we stop, he's like down to check out wherever we are now. So this is my pantry. So yeah, right now I just have like a cooler sideways for my fridge. It's got some stuff in there. Got one of those Coleman's stoves with 2 burners. Got a bunch of food in here. And then I've got like my cutlery and then some other random stuff. Plug-ins and cords. I got some mugs up here. Just get my water here, and I just get it at like gas stations and stuff. Vanlife has taught me that noodles are a great thing to eat. Got a little compartment here, body bags, but there's no body bags in there. This is just a little area for Felix. He can just hang out and get cozy. Got some appliances up here. I found this little travel size crock pot. I just have some clothes over here. I just basically use all these for clothes and other random stuff. I have some books. I have like my toiletries in here and stuff. It's just a couple baskets, my garbage, and then there's a little tunnel under there for Felix. It used to be full of a bunch of stuff that I don't ever use, so I just got rid of it. And then this, once I take the bed apart, this opens, and that's where all my tree planting stuff is right now. So obviously I'm not needing it in the winter time. The front is just a couple seats, and there's the switchboard here from when it was an ambulance, if that is still there. The siren doesn't work, unfortunately. That would be really cool, but it does not. To listen to music, I've just started using my own little Bluetooth speaker because the speakers in the van are not very good. This is the back. Right now I just have Felix is in his tunnel, enjoying it. I've got the litter box built in, which is pretty cool. Got my laundry basket, and my guitar back here. Hopefully soon I can get a little bit more room back here, get a laundry bag or something. But yeah, because this is just random storage in here. I've got some ropes and like a big winter jacket, but I don't need it here because it doesn't snow like it does in Saskatchewan. Got this little compartment. Right now I just have some emergency stuff. I used to have shoes in here, but obviously water gets in there. I learned that recently, and so all my shoes were moldy. So I got rid of the shoes and just put some wiper fluid and like a tire jack and stuff in here, oil, some nice necessities. Driving from Hope to Kamloops, and it was on the Coquihalla, I think it's called, and my tires were like bubbling. Yeah, it was not a good time. And so once I got to Kamloops, checked around some tire shops, and I got 4 of these tires for $250, and then I got them installed, and I had to get new rims because the tires were now smaller than the old rims I had. It was like $100. I got a steal of a deal, and they're really good tires.
Why do you live in a van?
I thought it would be fun. It'd be nice to do. You just go wherever, you know. You can go wherever you want. And whenever you go somewhere, you know, your house is always with you. I just thought it's nice to not have to be tied down to anything and just do whatever and go with the flow with it. And the whole experience was, I think, my main focus, just to be able to say that I'm doing it and did it. I've usually been pretty stationary. I haven't done a lot of traveling, and so that's what really encouraged it, was that I wanted to start doing some traveling, and living in a van while traveling would be perfect. I have lived in this van on and off since like end of March, beginning of April, and of 2019. Forgot what year it was. And I took a month and a half off in the fall to work, like on and off for like 6 months, I'd say. The biggest benefits is not having to worry about rent or power bills or anything like that. The only bill I really worry about is my insurance and my phone. So that's a lot nicer. The financial freedom. Yeah, and I actually don't get paranoid about people breaking in to my van, which is weird. Like when I live in a house or an apartment, I'm paranoid that someone's going to come in there because they know someone's living there, but they don't know I'm living in here. And if someone were to break in and I was like, what are you doing? It would probably scare them, because I've heard of that happening to people. The aspect of being stealthy or camouflage wasn't that big of a deal for me. I like the ambulance just because it's pretty cool, and there's a bunch of room in it. It's already got its cupboards, so that was more of a convenience thing. Stealthy would probably be good, but it's not the end of the world if I'm not stealthy about it. Around here in Victoria seems pretty cool and simple to find places, but when I was on the road, I would just usually go to a Walmart or something. But I found Walmarts that don't let you park, so that's unfortunate. But most of the time I just go there or somewhere like that has parking all the time. But as long as you move, it's pretty easy if you stay like for a day or maybe two. I've noticed I don't usually get bothered. And some of the challenges I've faced living in a van is when I'm sick. That sucks. I would love to have an actual room to hang out in, or, showering is a whole thing. When it's messy, like it doesn't take long to get messy in here, which is probably good and bad, because then, it gets clean. But other than that, I don't mind it. That's one of the disadvantages, not having a bathroom. I usually just try and find a public bathroom. That's key. You park by a public bathroom. Worst case scenario, and I have to pee, and it's night, just go find somewhere to go pee, because it's just pee. It's fine, but it's not that's one nice thing that would be cool. But I don't know, the idea of having poop in a bucket or really pee in a bucket just doesn't appeal to me either. I just go to either one of my friends' houses, or I go to a recreational center. One of the recreational centers, I just go in, say I want a shower, and it's $2. So it's not bad, and get a room to myself and unlimited amount of water to shower with, which is like, that part's good. I don't mind that. But worst case, if I can't get a shower, and baby wipes are definitely a thing. What advice I would give someone? I don't even know if there's great advice other than just do it. Like I've had people come up and say, oh, I think this is so cool, I've always wanted to do it, but I don't think I ever could. And it's like, no, you can, you're just not doing it. It's not bad. All you really need to do is make sure you have everything, but not too much stuff. And figure out a system and anything that would make you happy, kind of thing. Make sure you have somewhere you can cook. That's a huge thing. But just go with the flow. Learn to go with the flow. That's one thing that I've had to learn. I would definitely recommend it, because even if you don't want to do it for a long time, it's really a great experience. And what kind of people I think would do it. I thought it would just be some like hippies that would be the ones doing it, but man, I've met a lot of people that just look like regular human beings that you wouldn't even expect that they live in a van. But yeah, anyone can do it. You can be any type of person to live in a van, but every type of person will have a different way of living in their van. One thing I wish I would know is to have a good setup right off the bat and get rid of your stuff right off the bat. And learn about your vehicle. If in case it breaks down, you want to know what's going on with your van. So my process for moving into the van was I basically purged a lot of stuff. I got rid of like 7 boxes of clothes. Like, I don't even know how I had that many clothes. But then I keep a couple boxes of my stuff at my aunt's house. But that's about it. So everything I have here is what I own, and then other than a couple boxes, a couple things at my aunt's. Minimalism, I've always been interested in doing that, knowing that everything that you see is everything that you have, and that you don't have to really worry about holding on to something. You have everything now, and you can go anywhere, and you can do anything, and you don't have to worry about having a bunch of people over, and make sure your huge apartment or like tiny apartment or house is clean. Because the more stuff you have is the more problems you seem to have. I try to live my life by everything happens for a reason, and not, don't freak out. Vanlife has really taught me to like stop and really think about what's going on and what every situation is teaching me, instead of freaking out and thinking, oh, the world, my life is over, the world is crashing, it's okay, this sucks, what is this teaching me, what can I do, and how can I go about this, and to enjoy the little things, and like when good things happen, and be proud of myself when I'm doing good things. And yeah, it's been a pretty eventful and cool 6 months of learning and stuff. Yeah, the weirdest part was just going from tree planting and then going into the van life strictly, because I was going to have to now figure out how to do everything. Like, there's not showers outside all the time. There's not food being served. For work, I used to work in retail for like 10 years, and then I started tree planting a couple of years ago, and I really, really enjoyed that. So I've been doing that, and tree planting is really a really cool experience. Yeah, so, I'd already wanted to live in a van, but going tree planting was kind of a better excuse to start living in my van, and then I could have something for Felix to stay in when I was planting instead of having a tent, because cats and tents do not sound like a good mix at all. So yeah, I just bought this because I was going to drive from Saskatchewan to BC for tree planting, and just threw in a bed, set up, and started it, and then I just really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed that I had a van while I was tree planting, because when it gets rainy, it's a lot nicer to be in this, and when it's cold, it's a lot nicer to be in this. So having a cat in my van it's very nice. I really enjoy it, except it is a small space, and Felix, he gets full of energy sometimes, and he'll just like sprint from the back of the bed all the way to the front, and then he'll just like jump on one of the seats and just scratch the shit out of it, and then just like, yeah, it's entertaining, but it's a little stressful, and I have to make sure it's absolutely clean in here all the time, or else he does like to pee on things, which is not a fun time. I have a litter box built in, which is nice but not nice at the same time. It would be nice to be able to take it out for when I go to houses and my friends and they let him come in, but other than that, like, he's been super chill with it. I take him outside, and when I lived in an apartment, he wasn't an outdoor cat, so that was a whole adjustment too, is adjusting him to this now moving house that you can go outside, and he likes it. Sometimes I take him out on his leash and harness, sometimes I don't. He's pretty good either way. He prefers obviously not being on a harness leash, but I think my advice to people who, if they wanted to have a cat in a van, it's definitely doable. Just be prepared, make sure that they have a lot of room too, and that they have toys and stuff, and they're getting a lot of attention. But or take them outside. Cats love it outside. They love it, and most of the time they just want to eat some grass. That's all they want. My experience has been really wild, and I've been learning a lot about myself, which is really great. It's been a whole journey, like, mentally and just life has been really cool. You meet so many different people and so many cool people. Van people are so nice, like so nice. And it's been really great. I've just learned a lot about myself and about, you know, the world and everything around me, and like perspective is a huge thing.
Hi, I'm Forrest.
I'm Emily.
And this is Ronnie, and we're all part of the different media team. So if you guys enjoyed that alternative dwelling episode you just watched, there's a playlist popping up now where you can continue watching. Or you can go to our second channel where we travel around in this 1989 Toyota motorhome that we restored. We have all sorts of videos detailing the build that we did, what our life is like living on the road. So go ahead and check that out in the description below.